Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick from Movie AV Impulse. And today I want to talk about movies that I watched when I was younger. And then as I became a parent, they just hit differently. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't feel some kind of compassion or something like that, but when you become a parent, it is much more hard hitting, especially for these movies that I'm going to mention. And I also feel like these movies are very underrated, never talked about. So I really want to take the time to not only talk about these movies, but also say that these definitely need a 4K because a lot of scenes and a lot of stuff on these movies are dark. So I just would really like to see them on 4K and get the proper restoration that they need. But anyways, let's get into it.
Makes you think what's the channel about? What's this really about? It's about teaching life lessons, teaching the youth. It's about top fives, movie reviews. That's what makes you who you are, makes you what you are. There's no rules in this game. There's no parameters. Just truth. So, 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna wish you subscribed. 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna be looking for Movie AV Impulse. Okay, I'm reloaded. Let's go.
Now for this one, I have to pull out my booklet of DVDs. I bet y'all didn't believe me that I had a bunch of DVDs sitting in two different huge booklets when I talked about my physical media collection and how I collect them and everything like that. For me, the first one is going to be Mask. And that's the movie with Cher. She was huge. She still is. I think she still does concerts and stuff. But this movie just hits harder when you're watching it as a parent because he is deformed, and let's just face it, nobody is perfect. I don't care how much plastic surgery you've had, how much of anything, but the most important thing I think in this movie that was a lesson was it's hard to be a mom growing up in those times. I can only imagine, but how do you escape that? And I think Cher's portrayal of a drug addict, basically always trying to protect her son, but at the same time, there are times where she hurts her son's feelings. So I just really appreciate that movie a lot. It is very, very touching, and the ending is just heartbreaking. Now, this movie, John Q, you're going to see this again on another list, but Denzel Washington's portrayal in that movie as a father, it just is heartbreaking. I mean, what do you do when you have in a situation like that where your son needs a heart? And, I don't think most fathers, as much as I would love, if this was to happen to my kid, I would love to take over a hospital and hold them hostage and make them get a heart. But watching it back then and then watching it now, it's a very hard watch because you just feel that raw emotion. Denzel just gives off such a performance. It literally makes you want to tear up. And that's kind of how me and my wife felt when we found out our oldest had cancer, watching the chemo and the radiation and, everything like that. It just gets tough. Now, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that like and subscribe. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I will have a big giveaway for it. I'm going to have 3 different giveaways. I don't know what they are yet exactly, but once I hit 1,000, we will be on our road to picking out 3 winners. So keep that in mind. The other one I want to talk about is The Cure. And this is very touching story. It's about a kid who has he's HIV positive and nobody wants to play with him. The mother shields him from everybody. It's very, very powerful. If you've never seen this, this is a tearjerker, especially at the end. My God. And it kind of, I don't want to give it away. If you've never seen The Cure, definitely pick this up. Even if it's without the slipcover, this movie is just absolutely amazing. I can't put it any other way. You have to see this. The movie that I want to talk about is probably the most heartbreaking, but as a father, I could picture doing this, and this definitely needs a 4K. I know it has a Blu-ray, but I would love to see this in 4K. And I only own it on digital, but that is going to be A Time to Kill. Samuel L. Jackson's portrayal as a father is just amazing. Sandra Bullock, she was amazing in the movie. All the threats they got for, representing Samuel L. Jackson, Matthew McConaughey, everybody's performance was just top notch in this. Not only that, but I think one of the harder things in that movie, the toughest scene to get through that literally brought tears to my eyes because it was that powerful, is when the daughter, after she gets raped, she goes home and she says, "I'm sorry for dropping the groceries." That's how broke they were, that she felt worse for dropping the groceries than being raped and basically beaten. And I think Samuel L. Jackson's actions were definitely justified, because somebody hurt my boys like that, I don't know what I would be capable of. And I think as a parent, you never really know what you're capable of until a situation like that happens, and then you just go all out. Now, I know there are a lot of other movies that have to do with parenting and their children and things like that, but these four just stand out to me like none other, because not only are they heartbreaking, but every single one of them, the ending is just tough to get through on all of them. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to come back on Wednesday where I will have the fuzz. We are going over our top 5, and I will warn you, it will be a longer video, but you will not be let down. This actor that we are talking about is top notch #1 and is definitely one of my favorites. So much love. Let's hit that subscribe. Let's get to 1,000. And like I said, I will have first place, second place, third place for winners. And it's going to be another treasure hunt like I had in the last one, but you guys are going to be like, let's go. So thank you again. Love y'all. Peace.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.